Semuanya, selamat sore. Ketemu lagi di acara Taman Bincang Santai Pariwisata bersama teman di hari Sabtu yang indah ini di tanggal 25 Juli 2020 dan masih bersama saya Doni Fernianto yang merupakan Indonesia Country Manager untuk di Hotel School Australia. One of the best and the oldest hotel management school in Australia dengan kampus di 3 kota yaitu di Sydney, Melbourne, dan di Brisbane. Dan seperti biasa, bis taman ini atau bincang santai pariwisata bareng teman ini kita akan ngobrol bareng bersama teman-teman untuk sedikit encourage teman-teman semuanya bahwa even though pandemi ini sedang berlangsung, tapi semoga di kedepannya kita bisa tetap berharap the new normal happen dan kita bisa tetap melanjutkan untuk traveling, plan our travel activities. Dan untuk kali ini kita kedatangan one of my friend from India. Her name is Rosy Joseph, and we will talk very casually. Just want to know more about India as a tourism destination. I've been to India before, but surely aku ingin share pada kalian semuanya teman-teman about incredible they are. Okay, guys, please welcome my friend from India. Her name is Rosy. Hi, Rosy. How are you?
Hi, Tony. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. You're not driving, right?
No, I'm not driving.
Okay, you're in the
Yes.
passenger seat, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, Rosie, thank you very much to join our IG Live, Instagram Live today. This Taman is basically an acronym in Indonesian for talking with friends about tourism. So basically, we want
Yeah.
to encourage our friends, everybody, that even though this pandemic is happening, but we still have to be optimistic that we can still travel again soon. Yeah,
Yeah,
with of course,
absolutely. Yes.
yeah, absolutely. Okay, so seems like in India it's okay. Like you're traveling a lot now. You're like
Yeah,
driving
I
everywhere.
think, yes, not everywhere, but then we are in a unlocked situation at the moment. We had a lockdown, complete lockdown for close to 3 months, and then now, kind of things have been opening up now. Certain shops are opening.
Mm-hmm.
However, the restaurants don't have a dine in, most of the restaurants, but you can like take away. But shops and other things are open, but the hours are a bit, shorter as compared to the rest of the days before the lockdown happened. So yeah, I'm pretty much,
Uh-huh.
I'm kind of going to market on a little bit more than usual because it's my brother's wedding, and I'm kind of trying to shop as much as I can before the wedding. And you know how
Mhm.
Indian weddings are. We do have a
Yeah.
kind of 3 to 4 days function with everybody coming.
Yes. Yes, I think so. I think we have the reference of Indian wedding from lots of Bollywood movie. Like, okay, now thank you for squeezing your time. I know that I'm just talking to my friends here, everybody that we know about Indian weddings from the reference from Bollywood movie, like Kuch Kuch Hota Hai. Like they have lots of wedding a scene in the movie. So I know how festive the Indian weddings are and how it takes such a long time. Like it's not only one day, but I think several days for the ceremony. So it is something very, very interesting. And hi, Ale. I have a friend here called, his name is Ale. He said, be careful talking while driving. Rosie's not driving, Ale. Or Rosie is just on the passenger seat. He's not driving. She's not driving. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
I am not.
Okay, guys. So basically, I know Rosie back when we were in Disney World
Yep.
in Orlando, Florida. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I think it was a long time ago, like 8 years ago, right?
Yeah, so I did do the internship in 2010, and then we actually met in 2012 for our culture representative program where we were representing our cultures and being brand ambassadors for our culture. Yeah, that's from where we have known each other, I guess, from last 8 years. Yeah.
Yeah, and we have a blast. We have 1 year of friendship, which is lasts till now on.
Yeah.
So it's really, really nice. So lots of our friends here watching doesn't know you yet, Rosie. So
Yeah.
please tell us a little bit about yourself. Like where are you from, what you're studying, what you're working at, or something like that.
Yeah. I am from India, from state Punjab. We have different states. So one of the states is Punjab. I'm a Punjabi and Catholic. I've studied business administration, did my internship with Disney World in 2010, and then now graduated, and now I'm working with American Express as an assistant manager. So things are pretty much been boring recently because of the lockdown. Other than that, I am a very fun-loving person, like very outgoing and likes to travel. And then, of course, I'm a big animal lover. So yeah, that is must. I think Disney experience meeting so many people, getting to know people from all around the world was definitely an experience that I think I've been blessed with, and all of us have who were part of that program.
Yeah, one of the good thing of meeting and working with different people from different country, guys, is like me and Rosie. We learn a lot from each other. The similarities of Indonesia and India, starting from the language, starting
Yeah.
from the customs and culture and everything. But for sure, India is a very unique country, unique culture. Even though we have Indian also here in Indonesia, but yeah, we not actually know a lot about India except from the Bollywood movie. You know what I mean? Uh, it's a big culture. Up until I met you, of course, you tell me a lot about India. So so can you tell me a little bit, like when we are in CRP, Culture Representation Program at Disney, you are working as an Indian representative, right? So you have to share the culture, right? So if you meet someone and ask you where you're from and what would you tell them about India and the culture, first of
Right.
all, for someone that doesn't know
So
anything.
I'm. Can you hear me, Donnie?
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah, correct.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly. Yes, I can hear you clearly. Can you hear me? I can hear you clearly, Rosie. Okay. Hi, Rosie. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Rosie?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I think
Okay.
because I'm
Okay.
moving. I'm sorry because I'm moving, and also could be a internet connection. I'm sorry about it. Yes, you asked me about my experience and what how would I introduce myself as a CRP.
Hmm.
Okay, great. So, you know how I'm sure we had a design setup where we were all of us were representing Asia, and I particularly was representing India. We would dress up, we would have our Indian costumes worn, and people actually kind of got attracted to what I was wearing, and they would just end up asking me, where are you from, how many languages do you speak. So as soon as somebody asked me, so I would tell about India, that India is one of the richest state in culture, the kind of race that we have in India, then where I am from, what I do, what kind of food we eat, all that. And also the most important thing was me writing their name in our Hindi, in the language which is most spoken in India. About 48% of the population today speak Hindi. Then comes Bengali and then Marathi. So yeah, that was one of the languages that I would just end up writing everybody's name. Whosoever wants to know about India, the first thing they would want to, can you write my name in Hindi? I think that was the most exciting part, because then people getting excited to see the words which they haven't seen, the letters. The letters are more, I think they were very attracted by the way Hindi is written. So yeah, that's what I did while I was there, and people would have all sorts of questions about kind of silly questions like, do you go on elephants on school, do you have tigers in
Yeah.
your backyard, all that kind of question. It did shock me initially, because India is one of the developing country, and everybody around the world knows what India is, what India stands today. But yeah, I think I kind of understand that now, because a lot of the people did not have that chance to probably travel out or don't know much about India. So I felt really good me being there to explain, to let them know what India is, what our culture is, and how rich we are if it comes.
Yes. All right. So let's just wait for the connection. Alright guys, sepertinya there has been some delay on the internet connection. Let's wait until the connection is a bit stable. Alright, sepertinya ada sedikit koneksi yang ini ya terganggu ya teman-teman ya. But don't be worry, we wait until the connection is a bit stable with Rosie. Apologize for everything karena memang mungkin this kind of internet connection, as you know guys, is always lately, especially when we are actually want to do stuff from home, working from home. Tapi we rely on connection of internet, but then like the internet is not really stable. Jadi minta maaf sekali. So we do have lots of questions for Rosie. Rosie will share about Indian culture, Indian tourism. Let's wait until she joined back, hopefully. Dan sedikit informasi saja bahwa this is the initiative dari di Hotel School Australia, di mana Hotel School Australia kan satu sekolah, satu university di Australia dengan kampus di Sydney, Melbourne, dan Brisbane, di mana kita menyediakan program satu aja, yaitu Hospitality Management atau manajemen perhotelan, di mana program-program tersebut diperuntukkan buat kamu yang pengen meniti karir di dunia perhotelan. Dan one of the uniqueness, salah satu uniknya Hotel School adalah kita memiliki hotel-hotel kita sendiri gitu. Jadi kita nggak harus rely on other hotels, but we have our own hotels to employ the students and graduate. Hi Rosie.
Hi, I'm so sorry, guys. I think I'm just gonna stop. I think because I'm moving continuously, that's the reason. I'm not able to get the connection right. I think now I'll just wait here till we finish this, and then we'll go from there.
Is it okay?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah.
Let's just do it quick then. So basically, I'm sorry for this. So basically, like you tell me about the India is really rich in culture. Some of us doesn't know. We thought that India is just having culture like Hindi, like speaking Hindi, but you said there's different language.
Yeah.
All Indian or the religions are just Hindu, but then like you're Christian. There are also different religions. There are Muslim as well.
Yeah.
And you said you're from Punjab. So can you tell a little bit about the difference of cultures there in India?
So, Donnie, India is a country with 1.3 billion people, and we have around 202 languages that all around India is spoken. Mainly, as I mentioned earlier, also that we speak Hindi. Hindi is 48% of the population speaks Hindi now. Now there are different states. We have close to 28 states with 8 union territory. So the population is large. However, the diversification of the culture, the food, the way we live, the kind of work that we do. Every state will have a different kind of food. Every state will have a different attire that they wear. For example, in Punjab, we would wear a salwar kameez. That's what basically everyone wears in Punjab. If you go down south, which is sari. Most people in Kerala, in South India, would wear sari. People in Bengal would wear sari. It just depends. People up in Himachal would wear something Himachali. So everyone, everywhere, every state that you go has a different culture altogether in itself. That's why people who travel from abroad, it's a shock for them, because even they have visited India, they kind of try and visit only certain states, not full of India. You still kind of miss on things if you haven't visited every single state in India. So visiting every single state in India would actually give you the quite an exposure to our diversification, to our culture, and the kind of food that we eat. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you are from the Punjab state, so you speak Hindi because that's it's become the national language, is it or not?
National language is Hindi. I can speak
Uh-huh.
Hindi and Punjabi, which is my mother tongue. So Punjabi is spoken
Okay.
in state of Punjab. Yeah. And then of course
Okay. So
English. Yeah.
if there's someone coming from the south of India, they will speak Hindi and, if I'm not
English.
mistaken, Tamil, is it? Oh,
Yeah.
English. Okay.
Yeah, English. So English is also another language. Most of us, because of the diversification that we have, English has now become a very common language. Everybody kind of try and communicate in English. So somebody who would be coming from South India would speak Hindi, a little bit of Hindi, and would also know their mother language. So most people in India are actually bilingual, so they would know at least two languages, including Hindi, which is a
Mm-hmm.
national language. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it is true that in during the school years you will speak in English, yeah? Like
Yes.
starting
Yes.
from elementary, it's all in English, not in Hindi or anything, yeah?
Yes, we don't. It's like English medium school that I had gone to, and most of us that we go to now are English medium. So we have English as a subject, the main subject, and we only speak in English. Yeah, in the school.
Okay. Okay. So one of the famous thing from India is also about the clothing. You mentioned about sari. Uh, as you said, it is originally worn by ladies, women from the south side of India.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not
Yeah.
from the north. Is it now become like a national costume or national traditional
See,
costume or not?
it's not. I wouldn't say it is a national costume, but most people. It depends. It's see, India, as I mentioned, is a very diversification. There's a lot of differences that we have. However, with all this, if you, somebody feels like wearing a sari and somebody thinks that it's a beautiful attire that somebody should wear, I think people feel free now to wear that. Somebody feels if they want to wear a salwar kameez, I think they can wear that. Somebody who wants to just wear a kurta can actually wear that. So there is no terms and conditions of what you want to wear, but whatever you feel like. But if you ask me particular about the state, what they actually people would actually wear, so my state would wear salwar kameez, and somebody in the south, their daily wear would be a sari, as compared to what I
Okay.
would wear. Yeah, that's
Okay.
the only difference.
Understand.
Otherwise, anybody and everybody can wear whatever they like. There is no restrictions as such.
What about for weddings?
Oh, weddings. Wedding is definitely um it's actually one of the I'm sure you all of us have heard about the fat Indian weddings, how much we like to spend, how much, kind of show off we do with our clothing, with our jewelry, with our food. And India is known for treating their guests like god. So wedding is one of the event that people would treat everyone in the wedding as god. So we try and spend tons of money on the weddings, on the jewelry, and of course on the food, and making sure people who are attending the wedding are feel welcomed, are they feel loved. So that's very important. And weddings are of course a big affair in India. Not like a very not many people would have an intimate wedding here in India. People would definitely want to call like 200 people in their wedding or 300 people in the wedding. I know people who have called 500 people in their wedding. you know it's
Oh,
that
okay.
huge. Yeah, that huge. It does make a that huge difference, because I know in western part of the world, people can just get married with 10 people. In
Yeah.
India, that's not a very regular practice. We would
No, very
want to
common thing.
have,
Yeah.
yeah, more people. Yes.
Ah, I see, I see, I see. Now, we talk about tourism destination because we know only about mostly about Taj Mahal, right? Taj Mahal is very
Mm-hmm.
famous.
Yeah.
So I think, correct me if I'm wrong, one of the big attraction from India beside the culture is also the history
Yeah.
because there are lots of historical sites. So can you tell me, like, is there any differences of the historical sites, like I would say the typical historical sites in different regions?
See, what I want to mention here is we were actually, ruled by Britishers for close to 2 centuries. We were also ruled by Portuguese from 1505 to 1961. I think December 1961. I'm not quite sure about the date. So we kind of have still that culture here. If you go to Goa, Goa is somebody where you see more of a Portuguese culture.
Where is
Rest
Goa?
of Goa is in the down south of India.
South.
Yeah.
Okay, south of India. Okay, okay.
Yeah, so you would see the churches are different. Even the houses are made differently as compared to rest of the India. So there are certain places where you see these kind of culture that has been impacted by the Portuguese and the Britishers. And British ruled us for a long time. And if you go to certain parts of India where you would actually see some monuments created by them. If you go to Mumbai, Mumbai is another place where you could see structures that were constructed by them. Uh, but I think all in all, now India is definitely a different country altogether, with so much of diversification, with so much of, I think, a lot of the news is shown about how India is not peaceful. But I think I want to vouch that uh, at least 80 to 70% of the people are now able to accept anything and everything that we do here in India. So I
Mm-hmm.
that's the kind of culture that India holds, with Portuguese culture, with British culture, with Indian. India has its own culture. So that is India has been very much acceptable in whatever that has come their way.
Okay, so are region of India colonized by the British and the Portuguese is also by French or not? No French, yeah?
No, 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 no,
No, no.
no.
So the background of the movie, Life of Pi, is on the Portuguese side of India, is it?
Correct, correct, correct. Yeah.
Okay. 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 So, guys, if you remember the life of Pi, the historical sites, they have lots of influence from Europe, which especially from Portuguese. So that's one of the example on how rich, how the historical sites influence the life of India nowadays. And then um, I would like to ask you a bit about Bollywood. why, why,
Yes.
why, how do you know like the history why Bollywood is so famous and why do you think Bollywood is so famous?
See, I don't know much about history. I mean, I personally have grown watching all these movies. The Bollywood culture and the movies, we do have songs. I think people abroad think the song is, I think, mesmerizing, because any picture that we have, we need to have songs. We need to have songs. We need to have love songs, actually. So yeah, the Bollywood is now a really big industry, with everybody else knowing it around the world. We have stars like Priyanka Chopra, who's there. We know Ashwarya Rai. We know Shishmita Sen. All these people know about them. And if at all you wish to see how Bollywood looks like, then Mumbai is the place that I think one should visit. To see how the limelight is, because most of the actresses, they live in Mumbai. So Mumbai is a big city. It's called City of Dreams. So that's one I would definitely advise anybody who's visiting India must visit Mumbai if you want to see a Bollywood part of it.
So there's gonna be like in Disney or in Hollywood, there's also like a place there in Mumbai that you can see the Walk of Fame or like a studio where tourists can visit, you know?
Yes, there are places. I'm not quite. I'm sorry. I don't know really the names, but there are places where you can actually. It's called Film City. I think Film City is one where you can actually visit and you can see the studio and what happens in the background, how these movies are created, how the action happens. All that. Film
Ah,
City
guys,
in
okay.
Mumbai.
So
Yeah.
Film City in Mumbai, or we know it as Bombay. Indonesian knows it as Bombay, not
Bombay.
Mumbai.
Bombay.
Bombay, yeah,
Yeah.
we call it Bombay.
Yeah.
Bombay or Mumbai, it's the same city, guys, yeah. So you go to
Yeah.
the film city if you want more, you want to have the experience of the Bollywood culture
Bollywood.
in India.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
To see the scene, the studio, and maybe you can, I don't know, accidentally see the actor and actress. I don't know. That might happen, right?
Maybe
Yeah,
that could happen.
maybe
Yes.
because if you go to Disney like we were, we met lots of celebrity, yeah,
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
lot.
We did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember I met Tom Cruise, I met One Direction. Yeah, so yeah, we can only see. We can actually talk with them because we work, right?
Yeah.
Did you meet anyone when you were in Disney?
No,
Did
I
you meet
didn't. I
anyone
didn't.
famous?
No, I think I
Uh,
just met one of the guy who does this show, Good Morning America. And some guy, I don't remember his name. That was the only guy that I saw. Other than that, I haven't met anyone.
okay, okay. Well, at least we met Mickey and Minnie Mouse. They're
Oh
famous,
yes,
right?
yes, of course,
Yeah.
yeah,
Right. Now, talking about Bollywood though, can I ask you a question? What with, what is, what's with dancing? Why Indian loves to dance? Like, why there has to be dancing? Like,
yeah,
not just dancing. Why not just dancing? Well, the movie, of Bollywood movie, there's always like the scene where two lovebirds running around the big field, like things like that. Is it like
yeah.
really a culture? Like, is it really like that in India?
So it's not a culture, and I think this whatever you mentioned, this happened when I was a kid, and not
Mhm.
anymore. This doesn't happen anymore, and dancing is something. It's more expressive. People wants to express that they're happy, and this is one of the way that they would want to express. I think anything anywhere around the world, dancing, singing. are there some kind of ways that you want to express how happy you are, or if you're in love, we have a different dance. If you're feeling sad, then of course we have a different dance, and if it is a wedding and all that, we have a different dance. So I think it's installed in us. We can't just sit if we hear some beats playing. So there's
Mm-hmm.
nothing to do. I don't think there is anybody who wouldn't like to dance here in India. Everyone wants to dance whenever there is some
Ah,
music playing. Yeah. So no, nothing
ah.
culturally. I wouldn't say nothing culturally, but yeah, this is just in us. Like I don't have a reason why we would like to dance. We just love to dance. Yeah.
So, so that's the beat is inside the soul of Indian, yeah. Lots of Indian people have the
Absolutely.
beat. Correct, correct. Because I remember I was staying in a hotel in Singapore, and they have this Indian wedding, and they just dance all night. You know, like it's how
Yeah.
amazing that was. And remember in
Yeah.
Disney we have dance every afternoon, right? We
Yeah,
have
yeah,
Indian
I
dance every
remember.
afternoon.
Yeah, I remember. Me teaching you a dance for Diwali function. I think we had some Diwali celebrations done in the Disney park, and I remember teaching you guys. That dance did go well, and I really liked it. So yeah,
About the culture though, I know that here in, for instance, in different region, like in Bali, for instance, you know Bali, right? Bali,
yeah,
Indonesia.
of course, yes,
All,
yes.
all, all, all the girls, like from little, when they were little, if they're a girl, seems like it's a compulsory that you have to learn dancing. I won't say compulsory, but at least like most of the girls want to learn
Hmm.
dance, like traditional Balinese dance. For
Okay.
you, because you know how to dance Indian dancing, because you taught me dancing. You
Yeah,
can dance some traditional
right.
Indian dance. But is it like something that you really want to do? Like many little girls actually, oh, I have to learn Indian dance.
I wouldn't. It just depends. What you want to do if that's what your interest is. I think nobody stops their kids these days. But I don't think it's compulsion to learn dancing. But I think for Indian girls, getting married is something they like you talk about it from the childhood. Me personally, and that was something I would say, oh, when I grow up, I'm going to be a beautiful bride. For the fact that I mentioned
Ah,
earlier that we would want to spend so much money on the weddings, on the clothing, on the food, and the jewelry. Looking at all
uh-huh.
those, because I've grown, I've grown up looking at these weddings. So that is something I think most of the Indian girls would kind of have that conversation, but not anymore because we're so modernized now. Um, Nobody is just restricted to only Indian culture. We have so much exposure to the Western culture as much as you can see abroad. Like it is that modernized now. But of course, most of us, like my generation, people before my generation, definitely want to stick to their roots. I would definitely want to stick to my roots. Comparing the kind of exposure that I've got, the way, the places that I've traveled, Indian culture, wherever I have gone, I would want to come back to my roots, no matter wherever I am.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So unless you want to be, but if you want to be an actress, you have to know how to dance and sing.
Yeah, I mean that's what that the dancing is something important. Acting and dancing, if you want to be,
An actress.
somebody, yeah, big in Bollywood, yes, dancing is must.
Okay, but singing depends. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to sing. We have good singers here, so yeah.
Okay, you're a good singer. Okay, okay, okay. Now, um, talk about destination like visiting India because I've been to India. Uh,
Yeah.
Actually, I'm quite surprised with the food there. I like Subway, and usually I like to eat chicken teriyaki Subway, which I
Mm.
don't find. No, which I like to eat beef teriyaki Subway, which I don't find there in India. So guys, don't be surprised if you go to India, you go to Subway, you won't find all menu like you find in other country. They only have chicken, fish, and also the vegetarian, correct?
Yeah, yeah. Most
Okay.
places
Now,
here, yeah, most places wouldn't serve beef here in India. So even if we have McDonald's, they don't have anything related to beef. It's only chicken. So we have KFC,
okay.
chicken, and Subway only chicken and fish and veg. Yeah.
But you can still find mutton, yeah? You can still find lamb and
Yeah, yeah,
mutton, right?
mutton. Yes, yes, of course.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay, okay. Okay. Now, talking about food and curry, because I don't know nothing. I know only about green curry, red curry, white curry. What's the difference? Like India is the place where the curry come from. Is there any difference of curry from different region in India?
Yes. So I don't know why just everyone thinks that Indian food is only curry. I'm sorry to say this, but Indian food is diverse. Like it is vast. I cannot even count on my fingers how many dishes we have, whether it's non-veg or whether it is vegetarian. Curry is just, I think, a one common word that has been picked up by everyone. But if you come to India, and if you somebody who likes non-vegetarian, then butter chicken is something, butter masala is something, tandoori chicken is something that you should try, kebab is something that you should try. It's not only just sticking to curry. I think what people mean curry is by kind of spices that we add, in the
Mm-hmm.
food. That I think that's what they're getting it mistaken by. But the food, if you're vegetarian, you're not going to starve to death here in India. Trust me, we have
Okay.
so much options for vegetarian if you're just complete vegetarian. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Then you've been traveling to different countries, yeah. So you
Yeah.
also know about the Indian food served by the Indian restaurants in different countries.
Yeah.
Please recommend us several food that we cannot find in Indian restaurant in outside India, or
You want
something
me
good,
to?
something that you think, oh, you have to eat this in India, because all the restaurants that I found in outside
Mhm.
India, they don't have this good taste of this food. Like what food I should
I
try
think,
if I go to India.
yeah, I think biryani is something that is a must try. But you need to find a good place to have biryani because I didn't find any good restaurants where in Orlando. I think I couldn't find any restaurant in Orlando which served good biryani. Um, mutton,
Biryani is rice,
mutton.
right? Biryani is
Yeah,
rice.
rice and yeah, it is
Yeah.
rice and then spices plus chicken in it. We have mutton biryani
Okay.
as also, so these two are must. And I think if you have a sweet tooth, then you should try gajar ka halwa. This is
Mhm.
carrot halwa, and then we have gulab jamun, and then ras
Ah,
malai.
yeah.
Yeah,
Ah.
so ras malai is something must try. Then if you're talking about the street food, I think. The must try is golgappa, golgappe, and then chaat that we have like a street food. But that is like must try. You won't find that in outside India, and every place will have a different way of serving it. As I mentioned earlier, that every state has different food, even though certain things are found commonly, but they're served differently with the different kind of flavor, probably a different spices that have been used. About the same thing. So yeah, these are a couple of things that you must should try if you're visiting India. And if you are a vegetarian, then I think palak paneer is cheese and spinach is what I'm talking about, Donnie. So palak
Hmm.
paneer is
Yeah.
something that you should try. We do have veg biryani as well. So these are the things that are must try. And if you are somebody who are fond of breads, then butter naan, garlic naan, tandoori roti, rumali roti, all these things are really, really good. And I don't think you will find those things as authentic as you find it here in India.
Agree. Because every time I go to Singapore, I eat prata, and I ate the
Okay,
prata in India. It's much more delicious than the one in Singapore.
absolutely, yeah.
So, so I agree with that. There are several things that, of course, when you come to the original country, it has an original taste which has just different feelings on how you
Yeah.
taste it. Um, so, um, so I just want to clarify. But if we want to go to India, halal food is easy to find, yeah, in India, yeah?
I'm sorry.
Halal food, kosher food, like for Muslim,
Oh
it's
yes,
easy to find,
yes. Easy to find. Yeah, I think Hyderabad is where you find most of these options that you have. But I think anywhere in India, we do have a restaurant that serves only halal food. So yes, you can find them online. We have all the options available. Anything you search on Google will be available. India has become a country where on a click of everything you find anything and everything that you want. And
yeah.
also in a very closer distance, and things are not that far away that you'll have to find. I remember staying in Orlando, and even if we had to go to buy grocery, it's like too far away. Here in India, everything
Yeah.
is just a click away. Online ordering is possible. If you're staying in some restaurant, or I'm sorry, staying in a hotel and you want to eat specific kind of food, you will have all kind of options, no matter which part of India you are.
Okay. Last two questions. First
Yeah.
question. Uh, shopping. What's your tips for tourists that want to shop in India? Maybe place to shop or what's the thing that we must remember if we want to shop in India?
So, as I mentioned earlier, shopping in India would be very. You have to be very picky because you have so many options. Every state you travel to. Let's say you come to Punjab, you're going to find n number of options for salwar suit. Let's say you come to a place like Delhi, the capital city of India, where I live. There are tons of options. You can find anything and everything which we get in South, which we get in north part of India, which we get in Himachal, which we get in West Bengal, which anywhere in India, different states that we have, Gujarat, anything that could be found that can be found here. So it totally depends on the taste that you have. What are you actually looking? If you want to buy sari, then of course there are certain shops that you can find depending on the state. Which state are you visiting, or which city are you visiting? So that's what I would.
Bargaining is a must. Bargaining is a must or not?
Bargaining.
Bargaining.
Yeah, yes, you can. I mean, when they see somebody who's not Indian, they're going to definitely charge a little bit more extra. But yeah, you should be. If you're good with bargaining, yes, you can get things at really, really cheap price.
Hmm. But according to my experience, guys, even like I think the price of shopping, I went to the market in India, in Delhi, I forgot the name. It's actually very, very affordable. So even like if you want more affordable price by bargaining, you can still do it. And this Kunal Shakya, tell about
Yeah.
Chandni Chowk. What is it?
Chandni Chowk. Okay, Chandni Chowk is this is a wholesaler market where you find most of the things about wedding. Let's say you want to invite, as I mentioned earlier, weddings are where we invite kind of 200 to 300 people. So something in bulk where you're planning to buy probably clothing that you need to give, or the sweets boxes that you want to buy, probably print the wedding cards or anything related to wedding. Is Chandni Chowk is some a place where you can find each and everything that you can
In
actually think
Delhi.
of. Hmm.
In
In Delhi,
Delhi.
yes, yeah, in Delhi,
Okay,
correct.
okay. Okay, now last question. A recommendation. Okay, so several places because Indonesian, if you see a travel itinerary, they always tell us to go to New Delhi, Taj Mahal, and Mumbai only,
Yeah,
no other
yeah.
cities. So if you want to explore more outside New Delhi, Taj Mahal, and
Hmm.
Mumbai, where should we go and why?
Okay.
Tell me like the top three destinations, maybe.
I think I personally I'm going to tell my choice, right? That I think that kind of gives you an exposure of most of the things. Uh, one place that you should add on is Rajasthan. Rajasthan as a state, but Jaipur is something that you should visit. Jodhpur, another in Rajasthan, you should visit. If you want to see snowfall, if you want to see mountains, then you should go to up Himachal. Himachal Pradesh is another state. So Himachal Pradesh and Manali, Shimla, these places are like I would advise you to add on to that. Then, if you want to see the beaches, you want to see the Portuguese culture, then of course we have Goa, we have Pondicherry. Pondicherry is another French, I think, a part of a French culture that you could see in Pondicherry. Then go down south, visit. Goa is near Mumbai, so if you're visiting Mumbai, then it's easier to visit Goa. I think it's two
Okay.
3 hours away from Mumbai. Yeah. And then other places is Varanasi is one other thing that I would definitely advise. So if you actually looking to see what religion means to us, what God means to us, then Varanasi is a place that is must. If you're into meditation, if you want to, see how yoga works here, then you should visit Rishikesh. It's a state in Uttarakhand, so a city in Uttarakhand. So you should visit there. So these are a couple of things I think if you visit and cover certain things here, you would kind of know what is Indian culture is and how we have adapted so well to our differences, our religion, our race, our culture, everything.
Okay. Okay, cool. Thank you very much. So there are lots of things you can see, guys, if you want to go to India soon. You can see the YouTube or lots of travel review. But basically, we heard it ourselves from Rosie that there are several places that you can visit besides New Delhi and Mumbai and Taj Mahal, like Rajasthan, if you want to go to Himachal to see mountains, you
Yeah.
want to go to Goa to see beaches, and also to know more about religious
Varanasi.
cultures and Varanasi, and you want to
Yeah.
have the meditation yoga
Yeah.
is what's the name again for the yoga and
Rishikesh.
meditation? Rishikesh.
Rishikesh.
Okay.
Yeah. Hmm.
I have no idea how to write that down. I will try to remember and WhatsApp Rosie again to just like take
Yes.
note and probably share to all of you guys. But basically, if you want to know more about India, you can always direct message Rosie.
Yes.
I mentioned her Instagram account. You can always direct message her, and she hopefully you will be able to share more story about India. Yeah, Rosie. Yeah.
Absolutely. I will be more than happy to help anybody who is trying to travel to India, and then any questions that you have, whatever I know, I will be more than happy to let you guys and share.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. I went to India, but I haven't got the chance to meet Rosie because Rosie has other things to do. So
Yeah.
it was too bad. Maybe next time I should go to India again, then I can have a good plan to meet you there in India. Yeah,
Absolutely. Absolutely, Donnie.
absolutely. Okay, Rosie, thank you very much. Thank you. How to say thank you in India?
Dhanyavad.
In Hindi? Dhanyavad. In
Shukriya.
Hindi
Or
is
you
it?
can say shukriya.
Oh,
Or you can say
Shukriya.
shukriya.
Oh, Shukriya.
Shukriya. Yeah.
Shukriya. Shukriya. Yeah, that's what I mean. Shukriya, Rosie. Thank you for today. Thank you for your time. And I just want to say, I know this pandemic is happening right now. I think India and Indonesia, just say the fact we are actually one of the two countries that has most number, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
Of
Yeah.
infection. So yeah, just let's stay strong together and
Yes.
stay safe. And hopefully, new normal will happen, and we can just like go on with our life. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much for giving this opportunity. I'm happy to share certain things that I know. There is a lot of things that we could talk and discuss, but then I know this pretty much this information can actually help you if you're planning to travel to India.
So India, Incredible India is one of the tagline of India tourism, right?
Correct.
Incredible
Yes.
India, if I'm not mistaken. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any
Yes.
good
Yes.
website besides Lonely Planets? Is there incredibleindia.com or something like that? If you
Honestly,
know,
I
you know.
haven't used any website because I live here and most of the things I know, so I haven't. Probably if you go online, you should be able to find Incredible India is yes one of
Mhm.
the site that you could actually visit to see what places that you actually can visit.
Okay, guys. So let's hope the borders are open, then we can go travel again, and India will be in our bucket list to visit. Yeah, and we can meet Rosie
Absolutely.
and other friends from India. Thank you, Rosie. Stay safe,
Thank you
stay
so
healthy,
much.
stay strong.
Bye.
Okay, talk to you again. Bye
Bye.
bye.
Thank you guys. Bye. Bye.
Alright, teman-teman, itu tadi Rosy Joseph, salah satu teman kita dari India. Dia tinggal di Delhi, tapi dia berasal dari daerah Punjab, di Chandigarh tepatnya. Dan saya dulu bertemu dia saat sedang bekerja sama-sama di Orlando, di Disney World Orlando, Florida. Kita sama-sama sharing culture, kalau dia sharing culture India, saya sharing culture Indonesia kepada para tamu di Disney World India sana. Once again, bis Taman atau Bincang Santai Pariwisata Bareng Teman ini adalah inisiatif dari The Hotel School Australia untuk chapter Indonesia, di mana kita ingin sama-sama memberikan semangat kepada teman-teman meskipun sedang pandemik, tapi semoga kita jangan putus asa dan tetap bersemangat. Kalau kita berharap nanti ke depannya kita bisa tetap traveling lagi dan border bisa dibuka, kita bisa sama-sama liburan lagi ke banyak-banyak destinasi wisata di Indonesia maupun di dunia, salah satunya ke India. Oke, jadi tetap stay tune di Bistaman, Bincang Santai Pariwisata Bareng Teman. Dan saya Doni, sekali lagi dari Hotel School, one of the oldest and the best hospitality management school in Australia, with campuses in Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane. Bagi kamu yang tertarik untuk kuliah di Hotel School dan bisa kuliah sambil ada program paid internship-nya, silakan aja langsung kontak saya di direct message di @the.hotel.school.id ya. Jangan lupa atau WhatsApp di 0821 350 357 sorry 0821 350 35739. Saya ulangi ya, 0821 350 35739. Atau cek aja di IG kita ya, sekali lagi di @the.hotel.school.id. Oke, terima kasih semuanya sudah menonton. Please stay tune again to Bistaman selanjutnya next week bersama teman-teman kita dari kota dan negara lain to know more about tourism destination and hospitality industry in different countries and different places. Jadi last but not least, I just want to say stay healthy, stay strong, and stay safe. Thank you. Bye bye.